Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, ma'am.
Yeah, so we were discussing about the importance of constitution, why we should have a constitution, or why every country should have a constitution. There are some important reasons for this, and it helps. It does many things for a country. What all things it does for a country? The first one, it generates a degree of trust and coordination that is very much important for the people to live together. Okay, so the first point related to the constitution is that always it helps to have a trust and coordination among the people, because you know that in our country or in any country, if you see, the people are different. In what all ways the people will be different? In what all ways?
Based on religion,
Based on religion, it
language,
can be then color, it can be then culture.
language.
Yes, culture, languages. In all these areas, if you see, the people are different. So they should have a proper, all should have a proper law or rules and regulations that allows the people to live in a harmonious manner, or they all should live in a harmonious manner. Okay, so for that purpose, you can see the people are, or every country, they have a constitution, and you can see that they are writing down the rules and regulations according to which people will live in a harmonious manner. So it generates a degree of trust among the people. At the same time, it coordinates, it will have a coordination among all the people. That is one thing. Second thing, it specifies how the government will be constituted. It tells us, or it tells the government how the government should be formed. Okay, it's in the sense constitution I'm talking. So constitution tells us, or constitution gives instructions how a government should be constituted, how the government should be formed. All these things are mentioned in the constitution. Another one thing, who will have power to take which decision? Okay, who will have power to take which decision? In the sense, you know, in our country, there are different levels of government, right? What are the different levels of government?
State government,
State government,
Central
government, local government. Now we cannot tell every three levels to take this decisions on same topic. What will happen?
There will be most probably problems.
Yeah, there will be problems. They will not enter into any particular agreement, or they will not accept what others are telling. Like that, they will have some problems between them. So it is clearly written that what all powers are the central government has, what all powers are there for state government, what all powers are there for local government. It is clearly written. So specified, it is specified that who has power on this, which particular topic, or which particular decisions who will take. All these things are written down. So there is no scope for fighting, or there is no scope for disagreement or anything like that. Okay, next one, it lays down limits on the powers of the government. What do you mean by limits on the powers of the government? What is that limit?
The government cannot rule as they wish.
Yeah, government cannot rule as they like. It cannot be done. So there are some restrictions on government also. Okay, and it helps, or we can say that constitution tells us what are the rights of citizens. Okay, if the government is going against the rights of citizens, what can we do? What the citizens can do?
They can approach the court.
They can approach the court. In the sense, citizens can approach the court and ask for the justice. Okay, so here you can see the third one important work what constitution is done, what constitution is doing is that it controls the government. At the same time, it has written down what are the rights of the citizens. If anybody is going against the rights of the citizens can approach the court. Okay, now the last one, It shows or it expresses the aspirations of people, the wish of people or the wishes of the people about creating a good society. So it shows the duties also. Okay, by doing the duties, we can create a good society. So these are the four important things which is done by the constitution of a particular country. Okay, once more, it generates degree of trust and coordination among the people, so it will help us to live together. Second one, it specifies or it mentions what all powers the government will be having, or how the government will be formed. That is specified in the constitution, or who has the power to take what kind of decisions, that also written down. Third one, it has some control over the powers of government. At the same time, it has given some rights to the citizens. Not only the rights to the citizen, it is last one, if you see, it expresses the aspirations of the people by giving some duties also, and it helps the people to have a good society in a good society. Okay, so these are the four important things which
Ma'am.
are, yeah.
Ma'am, can you explain third and fourth law?
Third one lays down the limits on the powers of the government. Limits on the powers of the government. It is clearly written that what all powers are there for the government. So government cannot go beyond that. There is a control over the government. That is what limit on the powers of the government. Beyond that power, the government cannot act on its own. Okay, that is one thing. At the same time, it is given, what is given, the rights of the constitution is given, the rights to the citizens, and through that rights, it is showing that government cannot rule over the rights here, or government cannot control the rights of citizen, or government cannot violate the rights of the citizens. If any violation is happening, we can go to the court. The last one, it expresses, it shows the aspirations of the people. Aspirations, what do you mean by aspirations?
Wishes.
Yeah, wishes, or we can say that what the people wants actually. Okay, that is clearly shown in the constitution. What the people wants actually, having a
Great society.
good society. Okay, at the same time, powers are there for the government, powers are there, I mean, rights are there for the citizen. At the same time, duties are also given to the citizens. So if we follow all these things, it shows that we will have a very good society, or a very good country we will be having. So this is what related to the constitution, functions of constitution, we can say, or these all things are done by the constitution. Okay. Next, Alina, can you say the first point? What is the first point? What do you mean by that?
It generates trust and
It generates trust and coordination, which is very much important for what? Important for
different people.
Yeah, important for the people to live in harmony, or to live in a coordinated manner. Okay. Sarhad, can you tell the second point? Sarhad. Steve, tell second point. What do you mean by that?
It specifies how the government will be constituted. Who will have
Then
power to take which decision.
to take decisions, the power to take decisions, all those things are clearly mentioned in the constitution. Nima, can you tell the third point?
It lay down limits on powers of the government.
And
It
it
means and tell us what rights of the
of the
citizen.
citizens. Okay, what do you mean by that?
It means governments cannot do their own.
Governments,
they have
their
their
government cannot behave according to their wish. There are some Control.
Lip-
Okay.
Controls.
Then some rights of the
They tell
citizens
us
yeah,
what rights of the citizens are
are given. Okay, fine.
given.
Krishnaveni, fourth one.
Ma'am, it expresses the wish of people
Ah,
about creating
creating
a
a
good society.
good society. So it shows that the wishes of the people or aspirations of the people, how should be a good society. Now, next one. This is a very important point. Every country or all countries, they have constitution. Okay, but it doesn't mean that all are democratic. What is a constitution actually? What do you mean by a constitution?
Ma'am, a book where a country's
proper.
rules are.
Yeah, rules and regulations are written. If we are writing down the rules and regulation, is it necessary that country should be democratic?
No, ma'am.
No, it's not necessary. Okay, so here what they are telling, all the countries, they have constitution, but it is not necessary that every country should be a democratic one. But at the same time, it is compulsory. What is compulsory? All countries are democratic. Whichever countries that are democratic, they will have constitution. Okay, so once more, just listen. All the countries that have constitution, it is not necessary that they should be a democratic country, but at the same time, whichever is a democracy, they should have constitution that is compulsory. Okay, now here you can see every country, they have a constitution, especially in America and France and all. After France, you know that after revolution, they framed a constitution. In US also, you can see after their Great War of Independence, they framed a constitution. Okay, so next is about India's, we are coming to India, how we have made constitution in our country, or during the time of making of constitution, what was the situation that was given in the next topic. Okay, so making of Indian constitution, that is the next topic here.
Ma'am, can you show that last slide?
Okay, so here, yeah, this is about which I told that in Great Britain there was War of Independence. At the same time, even France also, they had a revolution. But you can see that slowly after these revolutions or War of Independence, they are framing constitution. So since that time onwards, you can see that it has become a practice in all the democracies that every democracy will have a written constitution. So according to that, all the democracies will work, or all the government will work. So this is what related to the framing of constitution in other countries, or the necessary. Why do we need a constitution? That is a question here. Is it necessary or not? So every country, almost every country, we have a constitution where all the rules and regulations are written down.
Ma'am, finished.
Okay. So next one, I told you, making of Indian constitution. So if you see our framing of Indian constitution, that was not an easy one. It was very difficult. You know what is the reason? Okay, in our country, a lot of diversity is there. A lot of diversity is there in the sense, in the language, if you see, in the culture wise, if you see, or in the dressing, the way we dress, a lot of differences are there, a lot of diversities are there. So it was not that easy to make a constitution for India. At the same time, what was our situation? Whether we were the rulers in the beginning itself?
No, ma'am.
We were subjects. Okay, so that's what one thing. We were subjects. We were subjects of whom? British people. Okay, so we were under the control of British people, and we are slowly emerging to the status of citizens. Okay, at the same time, you know, when we got independence, there was a partition. Yeah, India was divided into
India and Pakistan.
India and Pakistan. On what basis that division was done?
Religion.
Religion. Okay, and you know that some people, those who are living in India, they want to go to Pakistan. Some people, those who are living in Pakistan, they want to come to India. There was a lot of confusion, chaos. And when the people traveled from the both the sides, what happened, you can see it resulted in a lot of violence. Many people were killed in this particular incident, or during the partition, or even when we got independence. You know that it was a happy moment. At the same time, we can see that a lot of violence happened, and many people were killed, it seems. Okay, about 10 lakh people were killed in this movement, in this during this time, or in this moving from one side to another side. About 10 lakh people were killed, it seems, on these border area. Okay, another one problem you can see. You know who is this rulers of princely state? What do you mean by rulers here? Rulers of princely states means what? The whole of India, when the Britishers were here, the whole of India, it was not under the control of Britishers. Do you know that?
Somewhere.
Some areas there were rulers, kingship were there. Okay, kings were ruling in some areas, and that area, Britishers, they didn't have any power. Okay, that was the system. So you know that India is getting independence, and some kings are there inside. Okay, so what the Britishers told these rulers, if they wanted to join with Pakistan, they can, or if they wanted to join with India, they can, or if they want to remain independent, they can remain independent. Okay, so what do you feel that which one kings will prefer?
Remain independent.
Yes, they will always feel that why to be under the control of someone? We can remain independent, and they can continue as a king there. Okay, whether that will be easy for India?
No.
No.
It will be very difficult. You think of a free nation, one country, inside that some areas kings are there. They have another some kind of rules and all. That will be very difficult, right? So here, this situation was very difficult. Okay, what they have told that the rulers of princely states, whether they, if they want, they can join with India, or they can join with Pakistan. That is also another option. Or if they want, they can remain independent. So that was a very difficult task for the ruler or leaders during that time. Now, what happened? Almost all the princely states, it was joined with India. And do you know who was the person behind making these kings to join Indian government? Any idea? There was a person who was behind this agreement, made these kings to join India. Who was that? He's also known as Iron Man of India. Huh? Said, correct, correct.
Ma'am, Vallabhbhai Patel.
Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Okay, so here you can see it was really a difficult task. So he went and met all the rulers and convinced them and made them to join the Indian government here. Okay, so these are the situations you can see where, when the matter came for framing of constitution for India. Okay, next one is related to the path to constitution. Now,
Ma'am,
okay,
can you show the last slide?
yes, everything is ready.
Ma'am.
Princely, yeah.
Ma'am, that slide, can you explain it again?
Which one? This one?
Yes, ma'am. The
Which?
British had left it to
Yeah,
the
Richard
rulers.
left it to rulers in the sense. What do you mean by left it to rulers?
They can take the
They have
decision.
given
They
to the rulers.
freedom that you can take the decision. Okay, who can take the decision? The princely states can decide what they want to, whether they wanted to continue with India or Pakistan, Or you see, they can remain independent also. Britishers are not bothered. Are they bothered whether they stay, kings remains there and fight with the Indian government? That will be a difficult situation, right? So they are not bothered. They just told that, okay, if you want to join with India, that is your wish. If you want to join with Pakistan, that's also your wish. If you don't want to join anywhere, you can remain independent. That is also your wish. There is no difficulty. So this is what Britishers told. Okay, but that was, you know, that practically this will be very difficult, right? If inside one country itself, some areas kings are there and they have their own rules and regulations, and people are living there, and if they come out of that place, some another rule will be there. So practically, if you see, that will be very difficult. Okay, so here it was a very difficult task for the leaders to make these princely states to join Indian government. So that is what this was the situations you can see, or this was the these were the situations which were existing in India when we got independence, or when we started framing the constitution. So slowly these situations to be solved, then only we can go for making constitution. Okay, next one. Now we are going to frame the constitution. So here you can see that we had a national movement, especially Indian national. Which party was there for fighting for freedom?
Indian National Congress.
Indian National Congress. But at the same time, you can see, now we are just doing a comparison here. South Africa, you know that they had to come to a common agreement. I mean, they sat together and they discussed, and they
Yes.
were, yeah, I told you that
To make
before.
the law.
Yeah, to make the law. At the same time, they all had to come to a common agreement that this should be followed in our country now hereafter. That common agreement should be framed before itself. Okay, so here you can see that before in our country, if we compare our country, this common agreement was existing among the leaders, among the people before itself. Not like South Africa. Okay, so some sort of common agreement, some sort of common thinking was there in our country, because we started our freedom struggle from when onwards? From when we started actually fighting? You remember? Something related to freedom struggle. When we started that?
1857.
1857 onwards, you can see that people, they were asking for freedom. Okay. Okay, before also they were asking, but you can see they are putting it into practice by they wanted to fight against the Britishers. Many leaders came. So from that time onwards, they have a common idea, or all the people or all the leaders, they have a common idea how should be a free India. Okay, from 1857 onwards to 1947, they were just fighting for independence. So everyone, they had a common idea. Okay, now at the same time, you can see that our leaders were fighting for rejuvenating our country in the sense reviving our country. And they wanted to transform our society. They wanted to change our society. They wanted to change our politics. Okay, so from the many years back itself, it has started in our country fighting for freedom, and everyone had a common idea of having freedom. Some ideas they had that they should be free from British rule. Okay, that is one thing. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that there is no differences of opinion. They had differences of opinion, lot of differences of opinion were there, but the basic idea is what? To get the freedom from the Britishers, and they should have their own government. This idea was accepted by everyone. Okay, so this is one thing you can see. Just before starting the constitution, or before framing the constitution, or before getting the independence, you can see that there were some common ideas among the leaders. Okay, we should have freedom. At the same time, if after getting freedom, how our country should be. These ideas were there with whom the people of our country. Was it like that in South Africa?
No.
South Africa, what is the
No.
difference you can see?
White and people should.
Yeah, both of them are there, and white people, are they going back?
No.
No. So these two groups should come into a common agreement. So this
Yes.
agreement came only after getting freedom for the blacks here. But in India, it was not like that. Everyone had a common opinion, but at the same time, they had differences of opinion also. But the some basic ideas, it was very common for all the people of our country. Okay. Now let me take the attendance. Okay.